Hi, it's Mrs. Zarbock. We're gonna play some number games, so get ready with Mr. Krabs. Looks, he's so excited to see you. We're gonna do a little game where we talk about whole, part, part. So let's talk about what that means. Whole, not a hole in the ground, but meaning I have the whole thing, the whole package. Nothing is missing. For instance, I have a package of markers. I have the whole package. Whole. I have the whole package. Nothing is missing. No parts are missing. But if I open up my whole package of markers, and let's say I give you some of the markers. Now you have part, and I have part. That's what this is here. Part, part, and here's the whole. So you have part, here's part. I have part. If we put our parts together, shove them in there, then we're back to the whole. Okay? So let's look at what we have here. I'll try to scooch in a little bit closer so you can see. Whole. How many do we have in our whole up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep track. 5. Okay, but I wanna take my 5 and I wanna split it into parts. So let's see, let's put this many here. There's one part. Now let's put this other part here. How many are in this part? 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, now how many are in this part? 2. So we could say 3 plus 2 equals, we take our 3 and our 2 and we put them back together again. It gives us how many? 5. Okay, well what if I switch those? What if I put 2 here? And what if I put 3 in this part? How many are all together again? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Is that still 5? Let's check. We had the 2, right? We had the 2 plus, we'll put our 3 back in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 plus 3, that also equals 5. Okay, let's try some different numbers. So bye-bye 2 and 3. How else can I split the whole group of 5 into 2 parts? Let's try move that down a little bit. How many do I have here? Let's put our number under it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Now, how many will be in this part? We split our whole into 2 parts. 4 on this side, and how many here? 1. So we could say 4 plus 1 equals, what was our whole? 4 and 1 brings us right back up to 5, right? Okay, what if we switch our numbers? Will it be the same? If we'll take 1 from the whole. There's part of our whole, 1. Now let's put 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 here, 4 here. Here's part. Here's part. So let me move Mr. Krabs for a second. So if we do 1 plus 4, what will that equal? So we have part. What's our whole going to be? We'll put our part here. We'll put our part here. We'll even keep it like our 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 plus 4 also equals 5. Okay, you may play that game at home with different numbers. Maybe you want to try 6. How many different ways can you take a whole group that would be 6 and break it into different parts? What numbers will you end up with down here? But for now, Mr. Krabs is going to join us. And Mr. Krabs has a problem today. Mr. Krabs can only say 5. Isn't that weird? Today he can only say 5. How are you today, Mr. Krabs? 5. I told you. So we want to ask Mr. Krabs questions, but the answers to the questions have to be 5. I'm not a very good ventriloquist. 5. Okay, so let's think of some questions we could ask Mr. Krabs, and the answer will have to be 5. So let's see. Mr. Krabs. I got the dog down here. Mr. Krabs, how many fingers are on my hand? 5. Is he right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. High five, Mr. Krabs. Okay, now we can maybe ask him some of these other questions. Look at our numbers. What are some questions that you could ask Mr. Krabs? Remember, the answer has to be 5. Okay, let's start. Mr. Krabs, what is 3 plus 2? 5. Okay, Mr. Krabs, let's skip around here. Mr. Krabs, what is 1 plus 4? 5. Okay, Mr. Krabs, what is 2 plus 3? 5. He's pretty good. Maybe you have a friend at home. Maybe you could play this game with your friend. Maybe you could try the number 2. You could ask your friends numbers that add or subtract, and you get number 2. Or think of things that come in 2s, like eyes. Or maybe you could try the number 3. What number will you play around with? I can't wait to see.